Speaking test instructions. The speaking test is 20 minutes. There are 8 tasks in the speaking test. Please try your best to answer all the questions.
Start speaking now. Time is up. 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 Start speaking now. Time is up.
Maya, I'm really glad you're recognizing that you've been struggling with anxiety and are considering ways to address it. This shows incredible self-awareness and courage, as many people avoid dealing with mental health challenges even when they significantly impact daily life. First and foremost, I want to emphasize that seeking professional therapy is not a sign of weakness or failure. It's actually a proactive step toward better mental health and overall well-being. Furthermore, trained therapists have specialized knowledge and techniques for treating anxiety that simply aren't available through self-help resources alone. Additionally, therapy provides a safe, confidential space to explore the underlying causes of your anxiety and develop personalized coping strategies tailored to your specific situation and triggers. Moreover, a professional can help distinguish between normal stress responses and clinical anxiety that might benefit from additional treatment options. Nevertheless, I understand that therapy can feel intimidating or expensive, and self-help resources certainly have value as complementary tools. However, research consistently shows that professional treatment, particularly cognitive behavioral therapy, is significantly more effective for anxiety disorders than self-treatment alone. Consequently, I'd encourage you to at least try a few therapy sessions to see if the professional approach helps, before relying solely on self-help methods. Additionally, many therapists offer sliding scale fees or payment plans, and some insurance plans cover mental health services, making therapy more accessible than you might initially think. You could also combine both approaches, working with a therapist while incorporating helpful self-help techniques they recommend. Remember that addressing anxiety early often prevents it from worsening and interfering with other areas of your life like work, relationships, and physical health. Taking care of your mental health is just as important as addressing physical health concerns. And you deserve professional support to feel your best. 2 years ago, I witnessed a situation at work where a colleague was being unfairly treated due to a misunderstanding about her cultural background and communication style. Linda was a talented software developer who had recently immigrated from Korea. And during team meetings, some colleagues misinterpreted her more reserved communication style as disengagement or lack of contribution. Furthermore, I overheard inappropriate comments about her accent and assumptions about her technical abilities that were completely unfounded. The situation escalated when our team lead suggested in a performance review that Linda might not be a good fit for client-facing projects solely based on these cultural biases. I realized that Linda was being judged unfairly and that her excellent technical work was being overlooked due to prejudice and misunderstanding. Initially, I felt uncertain about speaking up because I didn't want to create workplace conflict or be seen as overstepping boundaries. Nevertheless, I knew that staying silent would make me complicit in the unfair treatment Linda was experiencing. I decided to approach the situation on multiple levels. First, I spoke privately with Linda to understand her perspective and offered my support. Additionally, I documented specific examples of Linda's excellent work and contributions that others had overlooked. Moreover, I scheduled a meeting with our team lead to discuss my observations about Linda's performance, presenting concrete evidence of her technical skills and project contributions. I also suggested that our team might benefit from training on cultural communication differences and inclusive workplace practices. The outcome was positive. Our team lead reconsidered Linda's evaluation and acknowledged that cultural biases had influenced his assessment. Additionally, our company implemented diversity training programs, and Linda was eventually promoted to a senior developer position where her skills were properly recognized. This experience taught me that standing up for others requires courage but is essential for creating fair and inclusive environments where everyone can succeed. This enchanting nighttime illustration depicts a family camping adventure where multiple generations are gathered together under a starlit sky. The scene is dominated by a warm campfire that serves as the central focal point, around which family members have positioned themselves in various comfortable arrangements. On the left side of the image, we can observe a traditional camping setup featuring an orange tent and a person relaxing in a green hammock, demonstrating the classic outdoor camping experience. Meanwhile, a father and young child are seated near the tent, with the child appearing to be engaged in conversation or storytelling by the flickering flames. In contrast, the right side showcases a modern camping approach, where a blue recreational vehicle provides comfortable accommodation for the family. Several people can be seen both inside and outside the RV, with some sitting at a picnic table covered with a checkered tablecloth, creating a cozy outdoor dining area. The atmospheric setting is enhanced by the crescent moon and numerous twinkling stars scattered across the deep blue night sky, while silhouettes of evergreen trees frame the background. What makes this scene particularly heartwarming is how it illustrates the universal appeal of camping, where families can bond over shared experiences regardless of whether they prefer traditional tent camping or the convenience of modern RV travel, ultimately creating lasting memories under the beauty of the natural night sky. Initially, the families will gather closer around the crackling campfire to share stories and roast marshmallows, whereas the man relaxing in the hammock will eventually join the group for evening activities. Subsequently, someone will likely bring out a guitar for sing-alongs under the starlit sky, while simultaneously, the children might request ghost stories or camping tales from the adults. Meanwhile, the parents will presumably prepare hot chocolate or warm beverages to complement the cozy atmosphere, and consequently, everyone will feel more connected through this shared outdoor experience. Furthermore, as the night progresses, the fire will require additional wood to maintain its warmth and light, while the RV family might invite the tent campers to share snacks or camping equipment. Despite the late hour, the children will undoubtedly resist bedtime, wanting to extend this magical evening. Nevertheless, parents will eventually guide them to their sleeping bags once yawns become frequent. In addition, the adults might continue conversing quietly around the glowing embers after the children fall asleep. In conclusion, this memorable camping adventure will strengthen family bonds and create lasting friendships between fellow outdoor enthusiasts, thereby exemplifying the timeless appeal of connecting with nature and each other. Retry Claude can make mistakes. Please double-check responses. Daniel, I understand your preference for the surprise weekend getaway, which certainly sounds romantic and special for mom and dad. Nevertheless, I strongly believe that organizing a large family gathering is the most appropriate way to celebrate their 40th wedding anniversary milestone. First and foremost, this represents a once-in-a-lifetime achievement that deserves recognition from all the people who have been part of their journey over 4 decades. Furthermore, mom and dad have always prioritized family connections and would likely feel more joy from seeing all their relatives and friends together than from a private romantic experience, no matter how lovely. Additionally, many family members and friends have expressed interest in celebrating this milestone with them, and excluding people who want to honor our parents could create hurt feelings and disappointment. Moreover, the anniversary celebration isn't just about mom and dad. It's about celebrating the family legacy they've created and the relationships they've nurtured throughout their marriage. Although planning a large gathering requires more effort and expense, The memories created will be treasured not just by our parents but by the entire extended family for years to come. Consequently, this celebration becomes an opportunity for cousins to reconnect, for grandchildren to hear family stories, and for everyone to express their appreciation for the foundation mom and dad have provided. Despite the potential for some family conflicts, these usually arise from underlying issues that exist anyway, and a celebration focused on love and gratitude typically brings out people's best behavior. The surprise getaway option, while thoughtful, essentially excludes everyone else who loves and respects our parents from participating in this significant milestone. Don't you think mom and dad would prefer to share this joy with their entire community rather than experiencing it in isolation? Daniel, while I appreciate the significance you place on including everyone in mom and dad's celebration, I believe an intimate dinner party with just close family members would be far more meaningful and appropriate for this milestone. First and foremost, mom and dad are now in their 70s, and large gatherings have become increasingly exhausting for them rather than enjoyable. Furthermore, an intimate setting allows for genuine conversation, shared memories, and quality time that simply isn't possible when managing a large crowd of people with different needs and expectations. Additionally, the lower cost and simpler planning means we can focus our energy on creating truly special moments, rather than managing logistics, catering details, and potential family dynamics issues that large gatherings often create. Moreover, the most important relationships in mom and dad's lives are with their immediate family, their children, grandchildren, and perhaps a few closest friends. And celebrating with this core group honors what truly matters to them. Although some relatives might initially feel excluded, most people understand that milestone celebrations often involve intimate family gatherings, and we could always host a separate casual get-together later for extended family and friends. Consequently, the intimate dinner allows each person present to share meaningful memories, express personal gratitude, and create new memories without the chaos and superficial interactions that large parties often involve. Despite the potential for hurt feelings among extended family, our primary responsibility is creating the celebration that would bring mom and dad the most joy and comfort. The surprise getaway option, while romantic, completely eliminates family participation, whereas our intimate dinner strikes the perfect balance between family inclusion and meaningful celebration. Don't you think mom and dad would prefer deep, heartfelt conversations with their closest family members over trying to manage social interactions with dozens of people? Jake, I need to talk to you about your request for financial help. And I want you to know this is one of the most difficult conversations I've ever had to have. First and foremost, I love you and want to support you during this challenging time. But I cannot lend you the money you've requested, and I need to explain why. Furthermore, while I understand your current financial crisis is stressful and overwhelming, lending you this amount would put my own family's financial security at risk. Especially since you still owe me money from previous loans that haven't been repaid. Additionally, I'm concerned that providing another loan might actually enable a pattern rather than helping you develop sustainable solutions to your employment and financial management challenges. Moreover, I've realized that our previous financial assistance may have inadvertently reduced your motivation to pursue other alternatives or accept jobs that you considered beneath your qualifications. Nevertheless, I want to help you find other solutions that don't involve financial loans from family members. Consequently, I'd like to suggest several alternatives that might be more effective long-term. Exploring government assistance programs, unemployment benefits, food banks, or temporary work through staffing agencies while continuing your job search. Additionally, perhaps we could help in non-monetary ways, such as networking for job opportunities, reviewing your resume, or providing childcare while you interview. I understand this means you might need to move in with our parents temporarily, but that could actually provide you with emotional support and stability while you get back on your feet. Despite how painful this decision is, I believe that helping you find sustainable solutions rather than providing temporary financial fixes is ultimately more loving and supportive. Would you be willing to work with me on developing a comprehensive plan for your job search and financial recovery? Maria, I know you have serious concerns about lending money to Jake again, and I understand why his previous unpaid loans have made you hesitant about financial assistance. Nevertheless, I believe we need to help my brother through this crisis, both for his sake and for our family's well-being overall. First and foremost, Jake is genuinely struggling after 8 months of unemployment despite actively searching for work, and the current job market in his field has been particularly challenging. Furthermore, if Jake has to move back in with our elderly parents, it would create significant stress and financial burden for them at a time when they should be enjoying their retirement peacefully. Additionally, our parents' home isn't really equipped for a long-term adult resident, and the arrangement could strain everyone's relationships and mental health. Moreover, while I understand your concerns about the previous unpaid loans, Jake's current situation is more serious than before, and helping him maintain his independence and housing stability could actually improve his job prospects and ability to repay debts. Although lending money to family members carries risks, the alternative consequences of not helping could be much worse for our entire family dynamic. Consequently, I suggest we structure this assistance differently, perhaps providing the money as a gift rather than a loan to eliminate future repayment stress, or setting up a formal agreement with clear expectations and timelines. Additionally, we could make the assistance conditional on Jake accepting any reasonable job offer or working with a career counselor to improve his employment prospects. Despite the financial risk, we have the means to help without seriously compromising our own security. And family members should support each other during genuine crises. Consider that if roles were reversed, Jake would likely help us without hesitation. Don't you think preserving family relationships and our parents' peace of mind is worth the financial risk? I believe students should be allowed to use calculators and computers for most math exams, though some assessments should still require manual calculations to ensure fundamental skills are properly developed. First and foremost, in the modern world, mathematical problem solving almost always involves technological tools. So teaching students to work effectively with calculators and computers reflects real-world applications of mathematical knowledge. Furthermore, allowing technology use enables students to focus on higher-order thinking skills like problem analysis, method selection, and solution interpretation rather than getting bogged down in computational mechanics that machines can handle more efficiently and accurately. Additionally, many complex mathematical concepts and real-world problems simply cannot be explored effectively without technological assistance, particularly in advanced mathematics, statistics, and applied fields like engineering or economics. Moreover, students who struggle with basic arithmetic operations due to learning differences or processing speeds can still demonstrate their understanding of mathematical concepts and reasoning when not limited by computational difficulties. Nevertheless, I believe some foundational skills require manual calculation to ensure students truly understand underlying mathematical principles. Consequently, early mathematics education should include regular practice with mental math and basic operations. Without technological assistance to build number sense and computational fluency, Additionally, certain standardized assessments should include sections that test manual calculation abilities to ensure students haven't become overly dependent on technology for simple operations. The key is finding appropriate balance based on educational level and learning objectives. Elementary students need to develop basic computational skills manually, while advanced students should focus on complex problem solving with appropriate technological tools. Therefore, rather than an all-or-nothing approach, mathematics education should strategically incorporate both manual and technology-assisted calculation based on what best serves student learning and preparation for future academic and professional requirements. This balanced approach ensures students develop both fundamental skills and modern technological literacy essential for mathematical success. Sarah, you absolutely won't believe what I just witnessed at Tony's Pizzeria during our project celebration. While the team and I were discussing our successful presentation, the waiter brought out the most extraordinary pizza I've ever seen in my entire life. Instead of a traditional circular pizza, this masterpiece has been sculpted to look like a dolphin literally jumping out of the ocean. The chef has ingeniously shaped the dough so that part of it forms a three-dimensional dolphin, complete with fins, a tail, and even realistic proportions, while the rest remains as a traditional round base. What makes this even more spectacular is how they've decorated both the dolphin and the base with premium toppings including succulent shrimp, vibrant cherry tomatoes, fresh mozzarella pearls, black olives, and aromatic basil leaves. Not only does it look absolutely stunning, but the attention to detail is remarkable. You can see the dolphin's sleek curves and the way it appears to be diving through the pizza itself. Furthermore, the presentation on this beautiful wooden serving board makes it look like a piece of edible art, rather than just food. Although the restaurant has a strict no photography policy, I couldn't resist calling you immediately because I know how much you appreciate creative culinary presentations. The entire restaurant has gone quiet just watching this incredible creation. And honestly, it seems almost too beautiful to eat. You absolutely have to come here with me next weekend to experience this amazing dolphin pizza yourself.